Hello, it is a little bit of a murky day here out on the golf course at St Anne's Old Links. However, I've found out what Rory McIlroy is putting in his bag this week. He is playing the Farmers over at Torrey Pines and we've got a good look at the whole sim collection. I've actually put the bag together here and we're going to take them out for a few holes and see how they perform. I'm going to be hitting blades. You're definitely going to want to keep watching this. Okay, so I did mention Rory's what's in the bag. Yes, we've noticed he's got SIM Driver in place, SIM Fairway wood, that is the titanium headed. He's got a 3 and a 5 on his bag at the minute. He's probably deciding which one he's going to use. Also, he's using the SIM Hybrid. And then moving on to a long iron, he's got his UDI 2 iron in there as well. Again, I'm going to hit a few shots with each of ththese clubs today and just see how I get on with them and see what situations I might need them in on the golf course. Rory's bag is full of about 18 or 19 clubs at the minute in practice in Torrey Pines, and he's probably just establishing which clubs he'll be using and when. Going on to the blades, he's using the 730s. So I've got a set of 730s here. His actually just have our stand on the bottom of them. Down to the putter, he's using Spider X putter, and also the new TaylorMade wedges. So he's got 52, 56, 60 in his bag at the minute. I'm going to have a little play with them again and just talk to you a little bit about links golf. Putting Rory's clubs into play on this, it's not raining, it's not even, it's just murky day here at St Anne's Old Links by the sea. You could call it a bit of a sea fret. It just feels like the clouds sweating a little bit, but apart from that, no wind at all. Fairways looking good, greens looking good, so let's have a little look around this golf course. So first of all, 11th hole, short par 4, bunkers at about 260. This is the perfect opportunity to get the fairway wood out. So this is a SIM fairway wood. This is the 300 pounder. Okay, it's titanium, it's got the V-steel sole, and it has got a little bit of forgiveness in the face as well. I've hit a few shots earlier with it. Why would I be taking 3 wood here specifically? The bunkers are reachable with the driver. It's only a short par 4, and generally you might be using a fairway wood on this hole on a standard day to give yourself a nice pitch into the green, nothing too long. Well, that felt good. A little bit of draw there down the left side of the fairway, but I'll take that shot. Now, one thing there's an imposter, there's a rogue club. I maybe shouldn't use the word rogue actually. There's a maverick club that's just appeared here as well. He's decided he wants to come out and play today. I've just absolutely nailed that SIM fairway wood. This Maverick 3 wood, the jailbreak technology, the AI face, all this artificial intelligence claims to be the longest, the strongest, the most powerful 3 wood ever. Should we see if we can get it past that TaylorMade? I think it's only fair really. Just so we know, I'll be using the chrome softball, the Callaway football style ball. Is football coming home this year? Certainly is coming back to Anfield, by the way. I'm really happy about that. Okay. If you do subscribe, thank you very much. If you don't, please give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and be part of me as I take this journey. Hopefully we're going to do a lot more content out on the golf course in the next few months as well, as we get into spring and summer as well, giving you help with your game as well. So any requests you've got, there's been quite a few about me talking a little bit slower. I'm going to try and cut down on the caffeine, I promise you. But anyway, let's give this Maverick 3 wood a little bit of a blast. Okay, behind the ball looks really nice and solid. It does look forgiving. It looks like I've got a bit more than the 3 wood there. So if you are struggling with your driver, this could well be an option. Well, that was a good hit. A little bit of a cut on that, so the fade with the Maverick and a little bit of a draw with the TaylorMade. Let's go and have a little wander down the fairway and play those pitch shots into the green. Okay, so this is the Callaway ball, laid up short of the fairway bunkers. As you can see, 3 wood was the right option, did cut it a little bit. However, I'm just going to show you the TaylorMade ball with the SIM 3 wood. I'll say it's about 15-20 yards longer. It is on the left side of the fairway, it's just missed left there near that left hand bunker. So in that little quick battle there, the SIM has beaten the Callaway. However, I did fade this a little bit and that got some draw. You can just see there's the TaylorMade ball up there, so it's a good 15 yards longer. Again, laid up nicely short of that left hand bunker. Okay, so I've just lasered it. I've got 103 to the pin. The 11th green here at St Anne's Old Links is a bit of a hog's back green. It's basically, you're probably about 4 or 5 yards wide in the middle, and then 3 yards to the left, 3 yards to the right. If you hit either of those, runs off into the banking. Got mill grind 2 wedge again, similar to Rory's. This is 54 degree. I mentioned earlier, Rory seems to be using 52, 56 and 60. His pitching wedge is quite weak as well. But one thing I will say, if you're not sure about your wedge gapping, spend a bit of time with a launch monitor, with a PGA professional, and learn a bit about what your wedges do. My 54 goes 100 yards with my 9:30, 10 o'clock swing, which is about here. Not a flat out swing, just a nice and controlled swing. A little pointer for you, this is a little bit of a semi-rough lie here, so it won't spin as much. The ground is greasy, like I mentioned, due to this cloud sweat we've got going on. Slight downhill lie as well, so I'm going to make sure ball's a little bit further back in my stance. Keep swinging down the slope and just keep the hands and arms passive as I play this. Really feel when I'm playing a pitch here, keep it shallow, keep the left side rotating, chest rotating all the way through the shot. Try and keep my hands out of it. Visualize the shot, a little fade in off that left side towards the pin. Before you play the shot again, just have a little feel, get the practice swing right, get the idea of what you're trying to play. See it, feel it, breathe, and then just do it. Rory knows all about that. Ball back in the hands forward, just guiding it in nicely. You can just see held that blade off nicely. That looks pretty good for length. Hold on, it's just going to catch, yeah. So it's just okay. We're going to have to see if we can knock that putt in. Don't forget, replace your divot, don't matter what. You go look after the golf course. Okay, I've repaired my pitch marks. Do not forget to repair your pitch marks when you get on the green. Specifically at the minute, the greens here are a lot softer than they would be. So members, if you're watching this, generally in the summertime, I get it, you might not leave a pitch mark or you land it short of the apron. Now you've got to fly up to the pin or certainly onto the green. I've left this about 5 yards short. Come on, have a look for your pitch mark, repair a couple of others while you're out here as well. Generally you might walk round the green with the electric trolley and come on from the side, you're going to miss all the pitch marks at the front. So certainly have a little look for that. I mentioned Rory's playing the Spider X putter. This is my putter, I've just got the blue version, he's using bronze. Greens look immaculate, they've been hand cut again, stripy, nice and delightful. Are you an innie or an outie? I'm going to leave it in this time. I've generally had the pin taken out, but I've putted shockingly last year, so any help I can get. If it works for Bryson, it'll work for me. That's not a bad putt, just knocked it past the hole. A little bit of a push, I'll take that gimme 4. So I'll take that par there on 11, so we're on the 12th tee now. Lots of work happened around the green on 12, we'll show you that when we get there. Again, it's a bit of a grullers in the mist, can't really see where we're going due to this mist that's around. Bunker on the left at about 240. I'm just going to try and go on that with a little bit of fade. I always see a fade on this hole. Rory's driver is the SIM driver. He's got the weight set in the middle, he's gone with 9-degree loft. Not 100% sure what shaft he's using. I've put the Diamana in a stiff. He's probably using X-Flex and a little bit heavier as well. I know he wasn't using the Diamana last year, but it looks like he's gone to that this year. If you're playing the fade here, if you're going to set up for the fade, make sure your body is left side of fairway. As you come through the ball, if you're playing that fade, turn the chest out the way and leave the hands a little bit more passive. We'll just help that ball cut. That's the shape we're playing for here. Yeah, perfect. Starts it down the left side, just seeing that little cut back down the fairway now. That should be pretty good. Felt nice and solid as well. Do like the feel of this club. Okay, so I've got 142 to the pin. The 150 marker's right back there, so within 2-3 yards. So what that tells me is this must be a front pin because 150 to the middle. We're looking at a front pin, very protected. Apron as well, bunker left, bunker right. I managed to negotiate that bunker. I aimed it off the tee, hit it on the left side and then fade it back, which was just nice. I'm going with my 8 iron. With the P790s that I've been playing lately, this is a wedge all day long. However, we know these are weak and I'm going to demonstrate a bit of a links golf shot. So short back, short through. We're not going to be giving this a smash. We're taking it nice and easy. Maybe a bit of a Tommy Fleetwood kind of swing for control. I'm just going to make sure I steer it in between the 2 bunkers. Again, when we play a lot of links golf shots, firm fairways, these fairways are in great condition by the way, balls tend to be a little bit further back in my stance and squeeze it. You see a lot of links golfers playing punch shots. I've been here for 28 years and I've ended up getting most of the balls far back in my stance and then just guiding it, seeing a flight, seeing a shape. Try that when you get out on the golf course. Not so easy on a parkland course because you might get a bit steep and the club will go deep into the ground, obviously soft conditions. But this is nice firm fairway still. So I'm going to adjust the ball Backing my stance a little bit, gripping down the club. That's going to take some power off. I'm just going to play that sort of curtailed swing, that Tommy Fleetwood movement, nice and smooth. Again, playing it with my hips more than anything. And that is just right down the flag. I'll take that all day long. Proper Links golf shot. Hopefully give me a 10 or 15 footer for birdie there. Again, nice shallow divot, and it clipped it nicely. Okay, we've got a chance for birdie. I'm going to go out this time. I just can't get used to having that pin in. Downhill, right to left again. Nice condition greens. Don't forget, repair your pitch mark before you come up to your ball. I see this just moving off that right lip. Come on, let's see if we can get a good one. This is to win the Farmers Insurance Open, Torrey Pines, 20-foot putt. I'm rubbish at putting. Pretty much like Rory, really. Another tap in par. At least you get the ball past the hole, it's always got a chance of going in. Okay, next hole. So it looks like we've got a bit of an interesting one here. 16th hole, par 3. It's pretty much level with the ladies' tee at 130, something I've never experienced before. The Bushnell isn't picking up the pin, possibly due to this rainy fog, this sea mist that I'm talking about. I can zap things closer to me, but it's not having any of it down there. So we've got to go old school, we've got to eyeball it. Technology, eh? So I talked a bit about these P730 irons that Rory is playing. Great looking club, feel fantastic. We know Tiger's got his own version. We might see that from Rory this year. 130 again, it's pretty weak, that, a 9-iron. My P790s, it'll be a wedge comfortably all day long, and maybe even a soft wedge at that. But I'm going to go down to that sort of same swing as we played in the last. A nice little passive arm movement, good body rotation, keeping the ball flight low, hopefully getting it on this island green that we have here. Again, it's upturn source of the 16th green. Probably one of the toughest holes on the golf course, even though stroke index is 16. I would say this is one of the toughest. Generally plays into the wind, there's no breeze at all today, which is absolutely delightful. Let's give this a try, shall we? So I'm just seeing nice passive arm, little fade, ball nudge back again. There she is, just turning left to right. Hopefully it should be somewhere down there, can't see at all. Okay, so down by the green, looks like it's pitched on the top here and just run down. So we have missed the green here. Bunkers are filled with water. There's been a lot of rain over the last week or two here. Apart from that, the course is phenomenal, so congratulations, Greg and the team. A little links bump over the hill here and let it run down to the pin. Not a lot of green to work with. Again, mill grind 2 wedge here, which Rory's, this is a 58. Nice sole here. I just want to let the club sort of slide under the ball and really feel as I'm using the bounce of the club to pop that ball up. My landing area is only going to be somewhere here. Hopefully let it roll down towards the pin. Again, I'm looking to get this pretty close, or if not in. It's all about judging how much I take, or whereabouts I land the ball, basically. A couple of things again just to talk about with the setup. I'm going to leave my blade at the target. Going to open my body a fraction left and then swing along the line of my body, not too dissimilar to a bunker shot here. That's hopefully going to let the ball sort of climb up the face and pop up. Let's see how we get on. There you go. Nice and delicate, just running out just a couple of foot short of the pin there. Again, popped up nicely off the blade, does feel nice the weight of this club. Landed it a foot onto the green and then it just released nicely down towards the target. Let's knock her in for the par. Okay, not putting the best today. Hopefully we'll knock this one in for the par. First of all, I must say happy birthday, Jack Nicklaus, 80 today. Yes, 21st of January. Probably one of the biggest influences of golf, certainly in my time. I know we've got Tiger around and Rory now, but Jack, the Golden Bear. One thing I will say, first round of golf he played 9 holes as a 10-year-old and shot 51. That's not bad first few holes of golf. Mine was 130 as a probably 11 or 12-year-old for 18 holes, so I was a bit behind Jack at the time. He went on to design a lot of golf courses. Obviously he's one of the most well-respected golfers. He still commentates, he's still out and about, and it's great to see his tournament every year at the Bay Hill. Anyway, right, let's see who can knock this in. Come on, Jack, you could knock this in for me. Jack never missed a putt, by the way. Kept his head nice and still, and he listened for that ball going into the hole. nice and square. There you go. That's a par. I'll take that. Like I said, not putting the best. We've got to go back to the basics when you're putting. Head still, use your shoulders, try and create this nice little triangle and rock and roll it. Okay, so 17th hole, long par 5 again, no wind, out of bounds all down the right there, bunkers on the left. It does need a nice straight shot. So I'm going to have a little go with the 2-iron. This is the P790 2-iron UDI. Got the hazardous smoke shaft in it, and it's about a 230-240 yard club. What I see it giving me is a nice piercing straight ball flight, that's for sure. And like I've said, Rory's toying with a few different clubs for this week's tournament. Again, what he'll do is put a bag of clubs together and then select which he might use for the shots he feels he needs to play during his round. If you've got a long iron, if you've got a driving iron, tee it up a little bit forward of centre, commit to the shot. There's not a lot to look down on here, but I do want a nice smooth swing. Clip the ball away straight down the fairway. There you go. Just a nice little draw just down that left side towards the bunkers. Hopefully it's not reached them. Okay, so I might have used the 2-iron off the tee. It's just missed the fairway and it's sat down a little bit. I'm still 270 away, so that's gone about 235 off the tee. I'll take that off that forward tee today. But 270 away, I'm not going to go for the green off this lie. I won't be hitting the 2-iron out of that lie. It's just sat down, it's not fruity enough for me. So I'm going to go with the Sim Max Hybrid again. This has been spotted in Rory's bag. This is the 3 Hybrid again. I'm just using the Ventus stiff shaft that comes as stock. I'm pretty confident Rory won't be. Hitting a hybrid out of this kind of line, nudge the ball back in your stance a bit, make sure you get ball before turf. Getting straight down that fairway, nice and smooth swing. Make sure you get down and through it. I want to almost take a little bit of a divot there to squeeze it out of that line. I'll take that shot again. Notice there's been a few club twirls today. I'm quite surprised at how well we're hitting it. Hopefully that's just right of the bunkers that are on the left side, the protecting left side, about 100 yards from the green. Okay, so again, Lazy's not having it at all here. We have got fairway protection measures in place here. It's not as all links at the minute, so during certain days through the week we're bringing it off fairway. As you can see, I am on the fairway. I'm going to bring that off to the side. Nice and simple, mark it, bring it to the side, and then drop it. Remember the old knee drop. Okay, that's not a bad lie there. So we worked out probably if that hybrid's gone around the 200, 210 mark, I'm going to have 70 yards into the pin, I would expect. The pin looks like it's middle. There's a bunker on the left hand side, loads of room right. There's no point taking it straight at the pin because again the green falls away on the left. So I've got the 58 wedge. Again, I really like to play these pitches using my chest, upper body, torso, clearing the left hip out the way and leaving my hands nice and passive. Let's get this one all the way up to the pin. That felt good. Again, nice control follow through. Probably about 2 yards right of the pin, but good for length. Come on, we're going to make a birdie. Don't forget your divot. Okay, so I was a little bit further than a couple of yards away. About 2 yards right of the pin, but about 6 yards, 5-6 yards behind it. Don't forget, repair your pitch mark. Remember, these greens are very soft. Got a little bit of action there on that. Let's see if we can this one. Come on. Be nice to knock one of these in. I'm going to go in this time. Let's leave the pin in. We're going to go firm, hopefully knock it in or just past. Keep your head down, keep your head down, keep your head down. That's the one. Keep your head down, that's the key. I'll take that. And that innie pin clearly just helped me because I did have a little bit of pace on it. Made a birdie at last. Okay, we're on the 18th tee, last hole. We're going to give it the big guns with the driver. Actually, this is a little draw off the right hand side today. There is out of bounds down the right, so don't forget there's a golf course to the left. I'm going to go a bit of a risky line and try and draw it off that right hand side just to get a few more yards out of it. Bunkers right I can't reach, bunker left I can at about 260. Remember, again, we can't really see a lot here, so we're hoping to get a nice strike, get it down that fairway. So just remember, if you want to hit it further, hit it harder. Big coil, stay behind it and hit it. Oh, there you go. Have it. Okay, so par 5, I reckon I've got around the 200 yard to go. We've managed to get it past the fairway protection measure, so we've hit it long enough. We're bang in the middle of the fairway. I was pretty happy with that as a drive. And I thought, well, we've got the blades out here, 200 yard. I need a 4-iron in the blades. So here we go, this could hurt. This is my 4-iron. This is a P730 4-iron. It is a really sharp looking blade. And I think if you're gonna swing and hit blades, certainly it's worth having to play with, because they make you think, they make you concentrate. There's no room for error. You've got to put a good swing on it. Sitting against that ball, looking down at a bladed club is just one of the nicest feelings. I hope it feels just as nice in a minute after I've hit this, because you'll certainly know if I don't strike it, it'll tingle the fingers. Okay, let's get this on the green. That blade does look small against that ball. Oh, I'll have that. I'll have that. We'll take that all day. Okay, so we're just short of the green, about 4 or 5 yards off. This is the shot that is a real links golf shot opportunity here. I'm here for 2, it's a par 5, a little up and down for my birdie. I remember playing this shot in the North Region Championships about 20 years ago. I had the exact same shot. I went with my A-Town, I think I was using Ram blades at the time. So this is the P730 blade, and this is what this shot was designed, this club was designed to do. Ball back in my stance a bit, hands down the grip, keeping my left side of my body working. I'm definitely going to try and land it just into the front of the green here, use the bank to stun it and then let it release up the green. It is a bump and run. We're just nudging the ball forward, letting the laugh of the club lift it. We're not trying to get the pace right, and it could go in. There you go. Just past the pin, I'll take that. Okay, just knocked it a foot past there. We're definitely going to go outie with the pin this time. Despite the length of the putt, always have a little look, check your line. Don't take anything for granted. You might just spot something on the line or behind the line. A little bit of sand, bit of grit you need to move off. So this is for birdie. Let's line up the TaylorMade with the hole. Remember, we hold that putt on 16 just by listening for it. We hold that putt on 17 by keeping the head down a little bit longer. We're going to do the same again here. This time it's to win the Masters. Rory McIlroy, 2020 Masters champion. Can he knock it in for his birdie? And he kept his head still, he's done it. Get in. Oh, we'll take that. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed that few holes here on course at St Anne's Old Links, looking at Rory McIlroy's TaylorMade What's in the Bag for 2020. Yes, he's out playing at the Farmers Open this week over in Torrey Pines, one of his favourite venues. He's put the full sim range into play, and I can see why. He's using the 730 blades. I might put these back in my bag because I've quite enjoyed them. Is it all about distance? The new modern day 7-irons are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. If you want to hit it further, go and train, I guess. But if you're looking for forgiveness, use those big clumpy clubs by all means. And it was nice to try Mavericks 3-wood. Didn't quite pip the sim, but I think we need to do a proper in-depth test on that in the studio. So that will be coming next. Sim versus Maverick Fairway Woods. Thank you again for watching my last video. 9,000 views in a week. I really appreciate that. Like I've said, I'm the head professional at St Anne's Old Links Golf Club. This is my channel. Please make sure you subscribe, give us a share and join me on my journey. We've got nearly 3,000 subscribers at the minute. We're looking to try and get to 5,000 by the start of the season. If we do, there will be a giveaway. I've got some Masters giveaways when we hit that 5,000 subscribers. So like I've said, share and comment. I am going to take heed of your comments below. I'm going to cut down on the caffeine so I talk a little bit slower. I'm also going to try a few more clubs out this summer as well. And definitely get out onto the golf course more, because I've really enjoyed myself today. Once again, thanks for watching. Enjoy your golf this week. Enjoy the golf on the television. Obviously, European Tour is over in Dubai. We'll look forward to that. We'll see Rory and Tiger back on the telly. That's about it. Thanks again. See you soon.